guys don't wear white. They don't wear white. They don't wear white. They don't wear white.
Welcome to Breakfast and BS with Vince and Friends. I am your host, Vince. We are in Santa Fonte's, Jewel of the Hills in La Mesa, California. And with me, as always, is my co-host, best friend, whatever you want to call him.
Johnny Lowe.
Sergio Top Down Elevations Cream Corn Sanchez.
Then fine. Jeez, you have a guy over for the UFC event.
And the one interrupting my introductions is Jonathan Captain One Pancake Lowe.
I think it's Major now.
No.
Major
No,
One
you
Pancake Lowe.
know what? I'll bust you down to private. Private One Pancake Lowe. Keep it up. You're gonna be busted down to civilian. You're gonna court-martial your ass.
Wow.
That's right.
Court-martial, huh?
Uh-huh.
Pancakes.
Yes.
We cannot get through an intro when John is here, you know that?
We cannot.
Jesus Christ.
You know, some people have respect for the intro.
Oh.
John does not have that.
And producer Virgil.
And with us always, the voice of a god, the hair of a prince, producer Virgil.
What was it they said in Boy Meets World about Sean? I like to apply that saying to Virgil. The bad boy with
a heart of gold and hair of a
prince.
Oh,
But,
Lord.
you know, producer Virgil's not a bad boy, though.
He is when he's in his martial arts gi.
He's a badass.
Yeah, exactly. That's just
He's basically our Akuma.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of which, I had fun playing Street Fighter with you last night.
I had some fun playing Street Fighter with you, too.
Oh, there's actually a versus?
No, well, yeah, there actually isn't a versus in the new one, but we were playing Super Street Fighter 4 Ultra
On PS4.
over at Johnny Lowe's. He doesn't have the new one yet.
Yeah, I finally figured out how to do Ken's fire uppercut. So I'm really happy with that. Maybe one day I'll figure out how to do the spinning fire Tatsumaki Seppuken.
Yeah. So,
Very special episode today.
Sorry, Johnny Lowe is rarely here. So with him here, we have a lot to talk about just because, as you can probably tell, he's an entertaining individual. And we get sidetracked on some things. So
Some things?
every here and there.
he's kind of like, Beetlejuice on Howard Stern? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because when Beetlejuice is on, you have to listen.
Yeah. So, just to start things off, one of my favorite topics that we do here is pleasures. Some people call them guilty pleasures. I just like to refer to them as a pleasure because I'm tired of hiding fucking things I like. You know,
I thought you were going someplace else.
No, that is still a guilty pleasure, and you should still be ashamed of that.
I was like, we're going to talk about this?
no.
Maybe someday on a different
Maybe
podcast.
someday, sometime.
We don't know our audience well enough yet.
Yeah. You know,
You have to have the Darth Vader,
we're still in the honeymoon.
Voice changer. Yeah.
We're still in the honeymoon phase here. You know, born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s. There's like a lot of like little 90s songs that I like. Like, I love Eagle Eye Cherry's Save Tonight.
Yeah.
I love it. It's a good song. I enjoy it so damn much. But, you know, just when you're driving in your car listening to like a 90s song or whatever that's not gangster rap, you kind of just like put your head down going, alright. Or approved alternative like freaking like Nirvana or or Smashing Pumpkins or whatever. You know, sometimes like the later 90s stuff, you're just like, okay. But no, that's one I truly enjoy. Serge, you got one for us?
Oh.
Movie, music, whatever, just something that's a TV show.
You know, right now, I don't know, ever since I was a kid, you know, I've always had a fascination with helicopters. I hope someday actually go train and become a pilot, yeah. And so one of my memories, fondest memories, and I have all the seasons on DVD, is Airwolf. Yeah. That's actually where I got one of my nicknames, the Stringfellow, before the top down.
Okay, so what about Blue Thunder?
No.
No, not Blue Thunder.
No.
Not a fan.
No. Airwolf all the way.
One of the best theme songs
Yes.
the 80s has ever produced.
Those wonderful synthesizer, I think the theme song definitely is memorable.
Almost as good as Miami Vice.
Yeah, actually, yeah, right up there. So, it ties into music, I guess, a little bit. The theme song is definitely catchy, but the show is just everything that was great about, the 80s and everything that we thought the technology was going to, evolve into, that, them wearing, like, Battlestar Galactica helmets inside of a helicopter, and, just awesome. Just lots
Special
of
Unit Airwolf.
Yeah. By the way, some episodes still hold up. I it's up to you if you want to go and weed through those. But I have it on DVD, and it's still one of my pleasures. So, Johnny Lowe?
I think that I don't know if it would be a guilty pleasure for me, but I think everybody,
pleasure.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. But all of us at this table, enjoy anime. Some of us more than others. So, now that my fiance and I live together, sometimes I find watching anime to be very difficult. Especially, even with games that are anime inspired, I find it to be difficult because, as you know, they're very fan servicey in a lot of aspects. And in particular, I remember watching this episode of Fairy Tail where they're Erza, the chick, versus Azuma. So it's dude versus girl. And I'm watching it. I'm like, yeah, this is a great fight. And my girlfriend's like, what? Like, she's barely clothed at this point, and this is a super serious conversation they're having about killing each other. I don't get this. So
her mind might blow if you ever watch High School with the Dead with her.
Oh yeah. I will never watch High School with the Dead with her.
I love
But I mean, additionally, there's. I'm sure you guys have heard of Sword Art Online.
Yes.
So there's a game called Re-Hollow Fragment on PS4, and about 5 minutes into it, I bought it just because it's like, hey, it's Sword Art. I like Sword Art. Sure, I'll play it. About 5 minutes in, I realized, oh shit, this is a dating sim.
Nah.
This is really what this game is. Because the entire time it's just you surrounded by all these chicks, and every single one of them apparently has a crush on you, and you have to make decisions on who you're going to spend time with that day or go hunting with and defeat a boss for.
So it's like Leisure Suit Larry, but it's...
Yeah. And then there are special cutscenes where, the girl fell on top of you, and now you grabbed her boob on accident.
Yeah, on
And
accident.
at that point, I made the decision, yes, I can only play this when my fiance is not here.
So he's still guilty. The guilty's still there in the guilty pleasure.
Yeah, so that's my guilty pleasure.
I don't know if the guilt, more like mind-numbing shame.
Off to producer Virgil.
Okay, so I will probably take a milkshake over beer any day. Can be swayed by ice cream and cookies and stuff like that, usually, and karaoke. But yeah, ice cream has always been my Achilles heel. Particularly, I love, maybe my top 3 is Chocolate Malted Crunch, Thrifty brand ice cream. I do like Breyer's mint chocolate chip, and I think comes in a very close third. Because there's been a lot of ice creams that have been coming out lately. I know Blue Bunny's been around in the Midwest for a while, but they actually have some pretty cool flavors. They had I think it was birthday cake or wedding cake or just some kind of cake, and there you go. That's my 2 things. You combine ice cream and cake together, and I'm fat for life. So I mean,
Mind you, he's the best shaping out of all of us.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Anyway, so in any case, one of those pleasures I will not give up for any woman.
Yeah. As it should be. You know what I mean?
So even though they'll look like you're gonna get fat, I don't care. So.
He's still got amazing hair, so someone will still love him.
It cascades up with and then it has like a nice little curl, like a perfect wave.
We need to do a podcast that's just about the hair care products Virgil uses.
Oh Lord. Well,
Gave props to one of them when you weren't here.
Yeah.
Oh,
His favorite one.
Yeah.
So
that's just one of them.
show up more.
Show up.
I think Virgil's gonna end up being so I watched the first episode of Fuller House recently, and I have to say, one, all of the girls grew up to be gorgeous. DJ's hot, Stephanie's hot.
What about Kimmy?
Hey, Kimmy, you're gonna leave it.
Alright, so boom, I already punched a hole in your argument.
But there's a scene with Uncle Jesse, and they're all in the house. And by the way, I kind of always envisioned that's what we would end up as, and I was telling Vince that last night. Anyway, the point being is that
Danny Tanner, Sergio, Uncle Joey,
thought I was Jesse.
Johnny Lowe.
But there's a scene where they're all sitting down at the kitchen table, and then Uncle Jesse says, "Man, we all aged really well, especially me. You guys used to make fun of me for all the hair care products, all the so-and-so, all the stuff I put on my face, and look at me now. That's how I feel like it's going to be with Virgil.
Yeah, John Stamos is like a fine wine. He just gets better with age.
That just goes like to the thing women always talk about. You know, men get more refined as they get older, and women just get old. Is it true?
Hey, there are some women who, holy hell.
Some.
Yeah.
Yes, no. The beautiful Sophia Loren
Yes,
for one.
you and I are on the same page on that one.
But I'm just saying, you know, an actor can work into his 50s, sometimes even 60s.
Well,
you know, and still be with like the 30-year-old, the 20-year-old.
Oh yeah,
and you know, and you're like, I believe it. You don't see that in movies with a 50, 60-year-old woman unless it's the gimmick for the movie.
Right.
well, the other thing too is you have childbirth. You know, men don't do childbirth, so I mean, I give women a pass on that because I mean, the body changes, the whole hormonal
chemistry.
system. Yeah, it's you know, that's just what happens, and you know, and Jessica Lange, I'm not sure if she's had kids. I mean, she still looks great. Was it Teagues? What's her first name?
Cheryl
Teagues? Yeah, she looks great.
We were just talking about it. Marissa Tomei.
Yeah,
She's had
Marissa
kids,
Tomei.
right?
She's what, mid-50s?
No,
no,
but
early
she,
50s.
has she had kids?
Well, let's see.
I don't know.
She's younger
Yeah.
than you.
So anyway, I mean, she's still. We were talking about her the other day, and it's like, wow, you know.
You know, I think that I'm reminded of some very choice Al Bundy words since we're talking about the fairer sex, which I'm not going to mention. And two, I feel like once this podcast actually does come out, there is going to be a section of feminism hate, just like somewhere.
I'm prepared for hate for anything in this world.
Yeah,
I mean,
you have to be able to
you know,
take criticism.
Express yourself.
It's a thick skin that you need in this world nowadays. Just because everybody's so overly politically correct, guess what? I'm tired of it. I'm not politically correct. I'll speak my damn mind. Guess what? Take it or leave it. Love me or hate me. I don't give a rat's
It
ass.
doesn't mean that women that Vince hates women. You know what I mean? It's
No, I love bitches. Joke. But no, I'll have you know, I love women. I contribute to charity events. That is how much. I help support single mothers go through community college. Any chance I get.
yeah, $1 at a time.
$1 at a time. I was hanging with Captain One Pancake one day. Yes. And he's like, hey, let's go to Target. I was like, all right, I don't have no money. You know, but I'll go with you, whatever. I'll go for the ride. And there was a solicitor out front. It was for gay teens or whatever. But he gave me like the best line I've ever heard in my life. I had like $1 to my name, literally. It wasn't payday yet. I was almost there, but not quite. And I was, you know, he's asking for money to help support runaway gay teens and the whatever. I don't even remember. But I was like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, like all I have is my last buck on me. And he told me for $1 today you could save a gay. And I was like, wow, that is
Take my $1.
great.
I hope you saved them.
So
saved one.
guess what? I saved a gay.
Nice. That's awesome.
Suck it, Jabron.
Whoa, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Good point. So, and for those of you who don't know, our buddy Jabron is
The
We're a Chicano activist.
is the gay Cesar Chavez.
He's a great guy, though. I mean, not though, but
He's a great guy, a loving individual. I love you, Jibby, if you're listening to this.
Yeah, so we love you, Javon. Hopefully we'll get you on here one day if you wake up before noon.
Never gonna happen.
Don't hold your breath. I'm just gonna show up to his house one day and just kidnap him.
You should.
I really should, but I can't get up before 8:30.
You know, we can get him a mimosa here just to help him get his day started.
A little hair of the dog.
Yeah.
All right, so where are we at?
You know what? I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. It's in Johnny Lowe's heart. You know, and producer Virgil knows a little something about this, and so does Sergio. We want to talk about what's coming up is powermorphicon. You know, me and Johnny Lowe love Power Rangers, Japanese tokusatsu. I love Kamen Rider, and I'm greatly looking forward to powermorphicon. I love it. We're trying to get producer Virgil to come out with us.
When is it?
August? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm not doing it in August. Okay.
By the way, Vero might be joining us.
Yeah, there you go.
We're trying to convince her to come out.
I'm actually curious because production has started on the new Power Rangers movie. If they're gonna have anything for that, hopefully like a suit or like a trailer-ish thing.
The audience may remember, we've talked about it before, Johnny Lowe and Vince both lived with me here in beautiful Chula Vista. And
Depends on what part of Chula Vista.
anyway, we watched a lot of Power Rangers stuff, a lot of Super Sentai though. And I think honestly, when I was a kid growing up, I never really got too much into the Power Rangers. But now, as an adult, watching the Super Sentai, I think I'm more of a fan of the Super Sentai than I am of the American adaptations. What was it? The one that we with Go Kaiger. Oh man, that was really, 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 really good. And it has a lot of charm to it. And even now today watching it, I enjoyed it thoroughly. And just something that it's you see things with a different perspective as you grow up. But that for me, yeah, I mean that was where it's at.
Speaking of people not liking the show maybe when they were a kid or stuff like that, and
just
kinda
not getting
discovering
into
when
it.
you're older.
Yeah.
So Vero had once asked me, and for those who don't know, Veronica is my fiance. She had once asked me what it is I like about the Japanese version of the show.
Yeah, it's a good question.
And my reply at the time, I believe, was it was a little bit more dark, a little bit more, I guess, adult-oriented is what I would say. And fairly recently, I think like last month, she actually looked up the Japanese version, Zeo Ranger, which is our Mighty Morphin. And I remember I got home, and she was like, wow, I don't think I ever want to watch the Japanese version. Why not? And she goes, well, I read about it, and this is insane. Like, the Power Rangers kill
people dying.
The Power Rangers kill this lady's son. She goes crazy and makes a deal with Satan for powers, and that's why she's going after the Rangers. And I was like, yeah, that's what happens. It's the Japanese version.
Dinosaurs killed her son.
Yeah.
But her son was destroying their eggs.
Yeah. So it's pretty dark, and
the Green Ranger actually dies in the show.
Well, in Go Kaiger
They show him getting carried away by death.
Tripping out in Go Kaiger because Prince Lord Gil or whatever just dies. He gets killed in an episode, and no, he's dead. The main antagonist, dies
like halfway through the series.
And it's like, wait a minute, this doesn't, it's something
Too
that
adult.
just doesn't, yeah,
Too
exactly.
adult.
It's a little too Game of Thrones.
I think that's why our country is, a little bit sugar-coated.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, but yeah.
Can't handle, gritty reality.
Yeah,
because everything.
So here's the thing. Like, I actually looked at what's called Go Lion, which is actually Voltron here in the States. And so, if you actually watch that show, oh my god, it's crazy violent. Like, it's like
people getting
just whole villages being
crushed,
exploded, and you see people flying off in the in the air, like along with the the billowing smoke behind them, and it's just like, whoa. And then and just some of the scenes are just super graphic, like dang, like and for a 70s cartoon, I mean it's maybe late 70s, but it was just totally unexpected. And
but we're missing that. There's something that there's stuff that just doesn't pull any punches. I think that's what the Deadpool movie was so successful. Because in order to be true to the original subject matter, it just has to be rated R. It has to be gritty. It has to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because
for a cartoon, definitely.
Yeah, because so let's say if you're in war, right? You go into war, and it's not going to be this epic battle scene where everyone has a picture in their head of how it's going to go. No, it's going to happen in a second. The guy's going to get his throat open, and then the guy who just cut your throat is going to go on to the next dude.
Yeah. Oh, I know that all too well.
Yeah.
God damn you, Star Wars Battlefront. Lost a lot of good men out there.
Oh man, that was a battle we were doing yesterday.
Yeah.
I wish we could get Top Down in there with us.
Oh, I played a little bit when you showed the PS4 at the house, man. It's fun.
Yeah. I think that's just about enough time for today. So you can find Sergio Sanchez on Facebook, Jonathan Lowe at Delicious Low Shizzle on, on Facebook, and
What is so funny about that?
at Jonathan Lowe 619 on
Okay, it's not
Instagram.
funny.
Help support our producer Virgil at StillIll.net, San Diego's tribute for Smith and Morrissey, and on Instagram at StillIllMoz
Smith's Moz.
Smith's Moz tribute.
Yep.
I'm working on it. It's brand new.
It's okay. That's all right. Yeah, it's brand new.
It's brand new. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Maldecido1904. Thanks for stopping by. I'll get the check.